equals the cosecant of x and y equals the secant of x. Here's the parent function for y equals the cosecant of x. I have listed the steps for you also. So what you first want to do is you want to graph the cosecant's inverse function, which is the sine of x. Then you're going to create vertical asymptotes when x equals 0. And then what happens is you're going to flip or reciprocate what I call these hills to create your new cosecant of x. So we're going to graph this y equals sine of x first, the parent function. So here is 0, amplitude is 1, so we have pi over 2, pi, 3 pi over 2, and 2 pi. So I'll graph that first revolution. Sine of x, we start in the middle, go to the top, to the middle, to the bottom, to the middle. So there's one revolution. I'm going to continue with one more revolution. So this would be 5 pi over 2, 3 pi, 7 pi over 2, 4 pi. And we'll continue that pattern. Go up, middle, bottom, and middle. We've just done step 1. I did 2 full revolutions. Now we're going to create these vertical asymptotes. Let's do them in green. Whenever x equals 0. So here is when x equals 0. Here's when x equals 0. Here's when x equals 0. Here's when x equals 0. And when x equals 0. So it's when it touches like an x-intercept. And now we're able to create our y equals the cosecant of x. In between those asymptotes are these little hills. Here's the top of the hill. I'm going to go the opposite direction. And I'm going to create these what I call parabolas. That first blue piece there is our cosecant function. And now I go to the second set of asymptotes. I go to the top of that hill, and I reciprocate it. So I create it like a little parabola. Then I go to the next set of asymptotes. I go to the top of the hill, and then I create a parabola. And go to the bottom of the hill, create a parabola. So there is our cosecant function in the blue. Now that we've just done the cosecant function, the secant function becomes much easier. So now we're going to graph the cosine function, its inverse. So 1, 0, negative 1, pi over 2, pi, 3 pi over 2, 2 pi. There would be one revolution. I'm going to continue. 5 pi over 2, 3 pi, 7 pi over 2, 4 pi. Now cosine function starts at the top of the amplitude, to the middle, to the bottom, to the middle, to the top, to the middle, to the bottom, to the middle, to the top. All right, so now we graph that curve. And now we find our vertical asymptotes when x equals 0. So here's our first one. Here's our second one. Our third. And our fourth. So where it touches on the x-axis, x equals 0. Now we reciprocate. Where we reciprocate is those hills again. So here would be the bottom of the hill. Flip it and make it a parabola. Here would be the top of the hill. Flip it, make a parabola. Bottom of the hill, flip it, make a parabola. Top of the hill, flip it, make a parabola. Let's come back over here. Top of the hill, flip it, parabola. So that blue piece is our secant function for the parent.